folks ready to get started on drawing Winnie the Pooh?
Woo!
Yes, all right. Well, don't fret about making a circle because Winnie the Pooh is actually going to start off with a box. We're going to head in towards the middle of the page, and we're going to make this about the size of a deck of cards. A Pop-Tart's also a good size. A little bigger, a little smaller is totally all right, just as long as you're leaving yourself a little bit of room on the top and the bottom. But once you get this sketched in, we're going to head back and extend a couple of lines through the middle. So we end up creating 2 lines that end up giving us 3 layers. So we end up getting what looks like a cake without the candles. We'll extend these 2 lines out to the left and cap it off to make a new box that pulls off of the main one. I'll also head between the middle of this line and the middle of this line and very lightly sketch a diagonal between them. Nothing super dark, but all of these construction lines are going to give us the main features you need for drawing Winnie the Pooh. Now at this point it looks pretty much nothing like him. We need to go in there and add in some of our main features so that we can get a character to come to life as opposed to a bunch of shapes and lines. So let's start off with the nose. This is going to be placed right off of this main box. We'll begin by taking a curved line which pulls inside. Then for the outside, we'll add in a curve which arches up and over. And you can see how it looks like you've got a little gumdrop on your page. You can color this in if you'd like to. Nothing super dark, but a little bit of gray. And make this nose stand out. And Blue Bear's a very friendly character. We're going to go from the bottom of the nose to the inside of the box, and we'll add in a letter U that connects these areas together. This is the smile line for Winnie the Pooh. And back on the very end, we'll cap it off with a rainbow, which shows us that the smile is pushing into the cheeks. Underneath this letter U, we'll be placing in a lip line for Pooh Bear, which is simply a small curve. From the middle of this line, we'll add in a small line that curves in. And I'm also going to stretch one down to the very bottom of our box shape. However, back here at the nose, I'm going to be adding in a small curved line which pulls in, which will finish off the muzzle. But what we're missing right now is kind of like the entire top of his head. And in order to add this next step in, we need to create his brow line. That's what this diagonal line is going to help us set into place. So back here at the muzzle, we'll take a curved line that arches up, and we're going to curve it back in. So like Captain Hook is reaching up to grab Peter Pan. Then I want to softly follow this line with an S. We're going to dip down and back up. We don't want this to be one flat, straight line because straight lines don't really look good for cute characters. Cute characters are always chubby and rounded. However, on the very top of his head, we do need to add in 2 features, which are going to perk straight up when he hears about his favorite food. First off, what's his favorite food? Honey. And so what do you think perks up when he hears the word honey? The ears, exactly. These are going to be an oval, just one, to start off with. We want to very lightly and loosely sketch this in between the back of this line and the very back of the box. I'll leave it open-ended on the bottom, but I'll go back all the way around and pick out the lines on the sides and the top. I'll then head back in off of this ear, and we'll take a hill which pulls off and down to the crown of the head. So once we have this into place, that's going to do it for the first half of drawing Winnie the Pooh. So what we'll do right now is take a little bit of a break, give you a chance to catch up, keep working on things. But so far, how are we feeling about it, Round? Are we feeling good?
Yeah.
Yes, all right, are we having fun?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, very good. I'm glad to hear that. Seems like we're doing pretty good out there. We've got some folks still sketching away, still adding in those little final details, which is okay. But I will talk about what we'll be working on next, because we've got the front part of Winnie the Pooh's face sketched in. It kind of looks a little bit like an alien. So let's add in the back of his head. Let's finish off the facial features. Let's make it a little more recognizable. In fact, the first thing that we're going to be doing as far as our next step will be heading back here to this line. We need to figure out where the back of the head is going to come into play. So I need to lightly sketch down through the ear so I can find the back of the head and where it's going to come through the ear. Once I've found that area, I'm going to head back in there and stretch a curved line down so that I'm just across from the smile. And I'll flare it out a little bit at the end. I'll make sure to lock it into place. But now we need to head back up here to the top because we desperately need the eyes. Without it, he kind of just looks like zombie Winnie the Pooh. Not a good look. So, our next step is the eyes. We are only going to be seeing one of them since we're seeing him in what we call a side profile. This is going to be placed right up above our smile line along this construction line. So I'll add in an oval, and I'll cap it off at the top to create a little shiny spot in there. That's going to help tell us that Pooh Bear's a good guy. And of course, we have to color this in. This should actually be the darkest part of your drawing. So our focus and attention are brought to the eyes first when we look at him. These are also really small features, so we're going to add in some extra curves to help bring a little more attention to them. Firstly, we're going to go in underneath the eye, and I'll add in another hill, which pushes our cheek line up. And then I'll hop back in above this, and I'll sketch in a rainbow, which gives us his eyebrow. It looks on fleek. Now the final step for Winnie the Pooh is his t-shirt collar. This goes in at the very bottom of the neck, and we're going to start here underneath the nose. We'll take the curved line which arches to the back of the head. Then the front, it's going to curve down, so we'll add in a line so it stretches in the front. And then number 7 will wrap around the back. This t-shirt is going to be colored in a little bit, so we use the side of our pencil to very lightly and loosely sketch this in. Nothing too dark, but a little bit of gray is going to go a long way with helping to get some contrast in on the page. But once we do, that's going to do it for everything we have to draw for Winnie the Pooh. So now we can go back in, make adjustments, make corrections to it if something has gotten big or small, smudged or faded. Lock it in the way you like it before we finish up. But the last mark you want to leave on your page, especially as artists, are your signatures. So go ahead and sign away somewhere nice and proud. You've created your own portrait of Winnie the Pooh. So, how did everybody do out there in the end? Did we do good? Did we still have fun?
Yes!
Yes! All right! Well, let's show these off, everybody. I know we've been working hard out there. So on the count of 3, let's flip them around. Let's show them off high and proud, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Winnie the Pooh. All right, nice job down here in the front. These are some excellent bears. Still looking good all the way around. I like the stretchiness, young man. That is awesome.
Lydia.
Great job out of here, folks. We've got some adorable bears. Give yourselves a round of applause. I think they're awesome. And thank you so much for coming to draw with us.
Oh my
Class in just a couple of minutes. If you'd like to come back with us and draw Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas, you're more than welcome to.
Total kiss, Winnie the Pooh.
Well, there goes my
And another round of applause for your artist, folks. Well, stated, those are yours to keep, or if you're not wishing to keep them, at the bottom of the ramp you'll be exiting from, there is a recycle bin. Before you leave, we ask you please go ahead and stand up your boards on the back of your chairs as you found them when you arrived, putting the pencils back in the springs.